It is going to be an exciting week, guys, with the Apple event this Tuesday. And today I finally caught up on my dosage of, speculation and leaks. I read some articles, watched a few videos, and I sort of want to share my, realistic outlook on what we should expect from this event with everything in mind, this whole weird year that is 2020. So before we jump into that, of course, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. So let's address the elephant in the room, iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. Are we going to see anything pointing towards that this Tuesday? I would say, realistically speaking, probably not because of all the manufacturing delays that occurred because of this year. And apparently Apple is still sort of fine-tuning some aspects of these phones, particularly in regard to the OLED displays and the refresh rate and quality. So I'm going to say we shouldn't. If we see anything, it'll be a pleasant surprise. Maybe they might sort of tease it and then say hey, here's a new phone, but you're going to have to wait for obvious reasons. But yeah, personally, I don't think we'll see anything. There is probably going to be an October Apple event, or so I've heard, so we're probably going to see new iPhones later on. But once again, if we see anything new on Tuesday, it will be a very pleasant surprise. But next up, let's talk about a category of product that I know my audience in particular is super excited about, iPad. iPad Air 4 is I think 95% happening on Tuesday. I'm very excited because the iPad Air has remained pretty much unchanged for the past 4 or 5 years. It's been pretty much the same, got thinner, although it is a great device. We're going to see sort of an iPad Pro upgrade, if you will. We're going to see a newer design, probably that slab tab look, bigger display, no home button, probably going to have Touch ID integrated into the power button. It's going to be a great budget device for people who don't want to spend the extra money on the iPad Pro and who don't need the extra power that come with the X and Z processors that might be the A14X or Z or whatever, Apple plans on putting in the next gen iPad Pro. So I'm very excited to see this. I don't know if they're going to put a higher refresh rate display in there, but what I do know is it's going to get an iPad Pro treatment, and this is going to be great for students or people who don't need to do anything super high-end with their iPad. This device might even suit my needs personally more so than the iPad Pro in regards to just the performance, because me personally, I'm not video editing or doing anything super high-end on my iPad as it is. So realistically speaking, I myself, if I wasn't doing a tech channel, for example, if this wasn't my job, I might opt for this tablet, if you know what I mean. So very exciting stuff. We also might see an 8th gen iPad, so a budget end iPad, possibly with a sort of iPad Pro upgrade. If not, we'll probably get a new processor in there like the A13 or something like that. But I think that Apple will, get rid of the home button, make all the iPad models homogeneous, but we should expect this, lower end iPad to still be a lower end iPad. Maybe it might still have an air gap. I don't know. This device has not really been talked about as much as the iPad Air 4, but we might see it at this event because it's about time that the 7th gen iPad got an upgrade. Apple also might be working on some audio products, particularly a smaller HomePod device and some AirPod Studios, over-ear AirPods. So I'd be really excited to see that because my AirPods Pro, which are right over here on my desk, I use them every single day for multiple hours a day. So I'm a huge fan of AirPods as it is. So I'd be very excited to see once again an over-ear model. We also might expect to see some Apple Silicon or ARM-based Macs, and I'm actually really excited about this because I've been using my MacBook Pro now more than ever now that my main computer, my iMac 5K, is here at my apartment. So whenever I go home or whenever I travel, I bring my MacBook with me. So if Apple releases some sort of 12-inch MacBook with an A14X inside, which will be just as powerful, if not more powerful than my current 2019 baseline MacBook Pro, that will be really, really cool. I'm super excited to see the first gen Apple Silicon Macs, and this is unlike some other first gen products which might be a bit questionable, but I mean, for me, I'm using web products, I'm using Microsoft Office, so I think that software will be optimized for this device or for devices with these chips, unlike the Surface Pro X, which didn't have a lot of developer support. But yeah, I'm really excited to see ARM-based Macs here. There also might be an iMac with an Apple-based GPU, so a lot of cool stuff happening behind the scenes. I'm very excited to see the beginning of this Intel to ARM transition. I think Apple's gonna really nail it because their silicon has just been bomb for so many years. I'll also mention two more things here. Apple might release AirTags or their new tracking tile-like devices on Tuesday, although I think that if the iPhone launch is going to be delayed, it'll launch with the iPhone instead. And also, Apple is apparently working on a service called Apple One, which might combine a bunch of different services from them together, like music and storage, iCloud, all that together, just a simplified plan from them, because, you know, everyone's used to paying for different services from them separately. So if they combine it all together for, like, who knows, like $30 a month or $50 a month, it might simplify things and make people want to opt for their services more. So that should be interesting. It appears that Apple really is working on services in the past couple of years with Apple TV and music and now One. So this should be interesting. It might set a precedent for a couple years to come, but that's all I got, people. Actually, no, from 35 minutes ago, you forgot about an entire category of product that will be refreshed on Tuesday, and that is Apple Watch. I cannot believe I forgot to mention this. The Apple Watch Series 6 is rumored we might see some improvements that might, like, monitor, I think, like, blood oxygen levels and stuff like that. If there's a design overhaul, that would be a nice thing to see, but I think that the watch will still look like the Series 4 that was launched in 2018. Apple is also geared on releasing an Apple Watch Series 3 replacement. It might be called the Apple Watch SE, which might have improved battery life and other different aspects that differentiate it from the cheaper Series 3 that is still being sold widely right now. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you are a watch person, definitely watch out for Tuesday, because there is going to be a significant product refresh in that category. But anyway, back to the end of this video. I'm not really a leak channel, but I just wanted to sort of, you know, share what I know, and with that sort of share my realistic outlook on what we should expect Tuesday. I don't want anybody to be disappointed, and I don't want to disappoint myself. But once again, if we see iPhone 12, I will be pleasantly surprised, but we should definitely expect some refreshed budget iPads, which I'm super excited about, because I know you guys love my iPad content, and I'm really excited to cover these products, because I think a lot of students and some people, you know, with less of a budget are gonna really enjoy these new iPads. But anyway, with all this said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait for the event Tuesday, and expect coverage from me on that day, and of course later on throughout the year, of the products that are launched that day, and of course also in October. I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, and of course if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.